Hello, hello, and welcome back to the club. I'm one of your hosts, Katie Hoyt, and I am here with my technical partner in crime, the only girl who can help me walk through the idiocy of trying to set up this podcast. But we did it. We made it. We're on the other side. So, Ash, how are you doing?
I am doing great. I'm waiting on my acceptance letter to MIT
Mm-hmm.
for, just troubleshooting, being a podcasting wizard.
Right.
You would think after what have we done, 20 episodes?
No, like so many.
An hour and a half later, we are starting the episode. We're doing our best. I did get a new microphone. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll notice
Mm-hmm.
I just got a new mic. And if you're not watching on YouTube, well, you should be. You
You should
should be.
be. You should be. Um, so we wanted to do a catch-up episode, which we just did one last month, but like things have happened. We've had a lot going on.
This is like our year of realizing things. We're doing big stuff. So we
100%.
have to just like kind of do a little kiki about what's been going on, what's happening in our lives. Katie, if you want to start out, you had a big day.
I had truly the best day, and it started yesterday. So I can't remember what time it was. I think it was yesterday evening. I received a text message that changed my life. Um, One, Jacob Gober texted me and asked if I wanted to keep Susanna for like an hour this morning. And of course, I'm like immediately like, yeah, like I would not want to do literally one other thing in this life besides that. So this morning, he brought her over. We had a gorgeous morning. We did
The
tummy
girls.
time. We had a bottle. We did Hey Bear. Um,
That bitch loves an episode of Hey Bear. Let
mhm.
me tell
Oh,
you.
she was transfixed.
Yes.
We went from a little fussy, not knowing if we were okay, to locked in. The girl was absolutely in the zone. Those radishes came on the
Oh,
screen,
yes.
done.
Mhm. So the radishes are actually Jacob's favorite vegetable or fruit on Hay Bear.
Okay.
So she must have just been missing her dad. They usually hang out in the morning.
Right,
So it was just like thinking of him.
right.
Although she did tell me when she got home that she had a marvelous time.
Okay,
That she
great.
and Tiber like had some time on the floor together. She got to
Yes.
pet on him, but she probably pulled.
No, she didn't, but she did get her hair done. He got a
Oh,
few good licks in there.
good, good,
So,
good. Yeah, perfect.
yeah, all good. He was very concerned about her, not quite sure why she was on the floor when that is his domain.
Yeah.
But we made it through. They both did fantastic together.
Wonderful.
She was doing some flips for me, and
Yeah, so Susanna has recently turned 4 months old. Well, no, she might be 4.5 months old
mhm,
now, and she has literally just, like, sprung to life.
yeah.
Swear 1 month ago, she was just laying there doing nothing, sleeping all day, and now she grabs at your face whenever you talk to her. She, like, giggles, she smiles all
Oh,
the
the
time.
giggles, let me tell you, the way I would do literally
Yeah.
anything
Yeah, it's like you literally wanna be a fucking idiot all day whenever she's looking at you because 'cause you're like, "I would lay my life on the line for a giggle
for
right
one
now." Yeah,
giggle,
just one.
literally,
Just
literally
one.
one.
Yeah.
Even the smile, and she has the best smile because 'cause she's got these, like, cheeks for
Oh
days,
my gosh, yes.
chins for days,
Mhm.
and when she gets the really big one and you get the chins and the cheeks at the same
Oh,
times,
yeah, that's my
there's nothing like it,
favorite.
like
Yeah, so I want to amend something that I said on a prior episode was that, I gave birth to myself, which is what we originally
mm,
thought.
mm.
No, the way she looks just like her dad
No,
now.
like, the way that she's Jake.
I know, it's crazy, but when she smiles, when she has a really, really big one, she looks like me. I don't know if it's the double chin or just, like, the shape of her mouth, but
Mhm.
it does give mom.
No, the upper lip has remained strong, that's yours, and and you can't take it
I
away
thank
from
God
her.
because while I don't have much of one, Jake has somehow less. So, at least at least she got the bigger of the 2, which is still not saying very much. But yeah, I'm so thankful that you watched her today. It was the best because my mom and Jake's mom both will send us updates, but nothing like what you were sending.
No,
Like, that
because
what I needed the play-by-play.
I'm obsessed with her, and I need
Yeah.
to, like, show the
Oh, no,
world.
she's literally the best thing that's ever happened to me.
I posted a photo on my story that literally is my favorite photo of her to date. Her in the little podcasting chair.
Yes, with her mic,
Yes.
ready to go.
She did start crying, but no one needed to
Who
see
cares?
that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like, she was
It's
fine.
gonna happen, yeah.
So
That is one thing, she's doing the 4-month regression
mm,
leap thing. Okay, so according to my app that does the leaps, she's not technically in one right now, but I swear to God, it's wrong because
mhm.
for the first time in months, she is not sleeping through the night.
Ooh.
It was happening like once a night, but then last night she got up at 2, 3, 2, 3:30, and then 5:40,
Mm.
all to eat.
Oh, wow,
So I
okay.
think she's actually like going through a growth spurt right now.
Yeah,
And we also had to take her out of her little bassinet and put her in a really large pack and play. We're not doing a crib because we move in 6 weeks. So we didn't want to
yeah,
buy one and then have to ship it
yeah,
off. So yeah, I think that's also throwing her for a loop. But we're going through it with her. She's crying a little bit more. She's not as sleeping as good, but I think it's a very transient thing. She's
yeah.
otherwise perfect.
No, like, we had the best time,
I'm so
seriously.
happy y'all did. I'm so happy that you were able to do that too because Jake's work, like he took her out of daycare. I don't know if I've shared this on the podcast, but she was in daycare 2 days a week. And you can hear me sniffling right now. Like we stay sick with her
Mhm.
and we could not keep her well enough to even make it 2 days a week.
Yeah,
So we were paying for 2 days a week, which is 800 and something dollars a month
yeah.
for her to go like once a week,
Mm.
maybe
And bring home a new virus every
every
time.
time, every single time. Like by
Yeah.
the time we get her well on Sunday, she goes on Tuesday and gets sick again.
Yeah.
So we took her out. So now whenever Jake has something that's actually pressing for work, which is almost never,
Yeah.
we're like, what the fuck do we do?
Mm.
So
Well, I'm
very thankful for
happy
you.
oh, I'm
Like,
happy to do it literally
well, I
anytime.
told Jake, what better week than the week that you have no work calls?
No,
The stars
seriously?
aligned.
Literally, because my work schedule has been so insane the last probably like 3 weeks. And I was talking to my boss yesterday, like, what happened? I don't know what happened. We don't have anything like special coming up. It's just this random stroke of things being insane. But
Which is
this
weird because you
week,
already had the trade show recently.
right.
So you'd think it'd all be done by now.
Right. And now is usually like our dead season where we're able to get a lot done because we don't have as
Okay.
much coming
I
in.
see.
Oh my God, it has been insane. But this week, I literally had
Finally dead season.
yes, I had one meeting and it was on Monday afternoon, and I'm just like free the entire rest of the week.
Beautiful.
Truly, just a gorgeous week, a gorgeous morning with my girl.
Mhm.
Couldn't be happier.
Oh, I
Happy
love
to
that
do
so
it
much.
anytime. And I was thinking earlier, like, y'all move like soon.
I think it's 5.5 weeks. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
soon. I have on my Colorado tee, repping the West. We're gonna be Utes, so just whatever.
Uh-huh.
But it's really coming quickly. But what I will say is we have nothing sorted out.
Right.
The only thing we have gotten in contact with, sorry, I'm like getting a little bit allergy-ish, but I've been fighting a sneeze like all day. I
Ugh.
keep sneezing and then the urge never goes away.
Yeah.
Anyway, we talked to the pod people. So we have the pod ready to go.
Okay.
Other than that, nothing. We have nowhere to live. We have no direction of where we want to live.
Mhm.
I think we're gonna rent for a little bit, see if Jake gets this job that he wants, decide if we can buy, and
Yeah.
then either do like a short term rent or change to a long term
Yeah.
based on like what our salaries provide, which mine isn't not that impressive as a resident. So
One of these days, girls, one of these days.
one of these days when I'm 40 and have a real big girl job, it's over for y'all.
And no student debt.
And no student debt when I'm 60. But just know the day is coming,
Yeah.
honey.
So, get ready, girls.
Yes.
She's
Otherwise,
coming for us.
outside of hanging out with Susanna, is there anything new, crazy in your life?
Honestly, no. We did go to Cancun for my brother-in-law's wedding,
Okay, fun. Yes, I remember that.
which the wedding, it was small. There was 13 of us, including the bride and groom. So just really small. They are not crowd people. They just wanted something like really intimate. Truly, like, was the sweetest ceremony. Not a dry eye in the room. Literally,
Oh,
Dylan, my brother-in-law, was uncontrollably sobbing, and there's
are you
photos. I need to
serious?
show you. He literally was so happy. So, like, she walks down the aisle, and Tyler, my brother-in-law that was getting married, starts getting teary-eyed, over for the rest of us,
Yeah,
like,
no chance after that. Did
because
they do their own vows?
yes and no, they, like, found some online, or maybe they
Okay,
edited
that were,
them
like, edited, but
themselves.
not, like, but
Yes,
still okay, gotcha.
and, like, repeated them back, they didn't, like, read
Okay,
from a script. No, they were like,
okay.
"I'd sooner die," which I feel similarly.
Yeah, no,
I
that
just
totally understand.
especially if you're someone who doesn't enjoy being in front of people, then to,
Yeah.
like, bare your soul.
Yeah, no, scary shit.
Yeah.
Um, I wanna see their entire wedding album because the few that I have seen are editorial magazine worthy. They are
Yeah.
so fucking good.
Yeah.
Was the venue just, like, that pretty, or was it just, like, their flower like, I mean, they literally are, like, I
So
don't know,
good.
shocking.
So, the resort just had, like, really beautiful places to take photos,
Okay.
um, and they did kind of, like, brighter florals and
Oh my god, like,
everything.
orange, pink. Oh my
Yes.
gosh, it was so Cancun. I
It
loved it.
was it was gorgeous. The photos are just, like, absolutely stunning. I could not be happier for them, seriously, like, there's no 2 people on this earth who should be together more than them,
They're
like
so funny. I got to see them at the pool the other day. Susanna had her first pool day, and the newlyweds were
Yes.
there, so
Yes.
they got to play a little bit.
Yes.
She's also had another pool day since I saw you at, her grandmother's, and when
Okay.
I tell you I packed this bag, this large bag of everything that Jake would need to take her, because so I went to the beach this weekend,
Oh,
which we'll talk
yes.
about,
Yes.
but I was like, I put her hats, her sunglasses, all of her sunscreen, bathing suit, swim diaper, like anything I could think of that she
Yeah.
might need for the pool, I put it in the bag.
Right.
So I get a photo while I'm at the beach of her with her bloomers, like her diaper covers on her head. And I said, like, what's on her head? Or I was on FaceTime and they showed me the photo over FaceTime. I said, what's on her head? And they were like, Jake was like, "Oh, she didn't have a hat." I'm like, "No, she had 2 hats in the bag,
Mhm.
a pink and a white, like, I put them in there." And he was like, "Yeah, I don't know what happened." And his mom was like, "No, I promise I checked the bag. They are not in there." And when we both got home, they were sitting on the kitchen table. He was like, "Oh, I put stuff in the bag and then the bag got too full, so I started taking things out."
Okay.
I was like, "Okay, what part of pick this bag up and put it in your truck did you miss?"
Right.
Because that was the instruction.
Isn't it just like a man to just ad lib the instructions?
Right. This morning, same thing with the bag that I gave to you. I had put all of her Tummy Time toys in there, and he was like, "Hey, do I need to do anything to this bag?" I said, "No, no, don't touch it. Put it in your truck as it is." He's like, "Everything she needs is in here." I was like, "Yes,
Mm.
everything.
Mhm.
She's gonna be gone for 1 hour. Everything's in there."
Yeah. Yeah, and she had everything that she needed, so
Yeah, I don't think
yeah, it worked out perfectly.
so.
So,
Yeah.
tell me about your time at the beach because I honestly, I haven't caught up with you in a
Oh my god.
while.
Okay, it was so much fun. So my one of my best friends from medical school, her name is Tinsley. She's from Birmingham, and most of her friends are from around this area. She went to
Mhm.
Alabama. And so people from all different walks of her life were at the beach. So she had like her college roommate, her high school best friend, her cousin, and then her cousin's best friend. They've known each other since she was like 5 years old.
Okay.
Um, and then her current roommate, she's also a resident now, and her roommate is in dental residency as well.
Okay.
So just literally everyone was represented. It was
Yeah.
so fun. I was the only white girl. And it was the best. Like, they are so fucking funny,
Wow.
and we kept making jokes about it. It was the best time. We went to Rosemary.
Yeah. Oh, so
I
nice.
love Rosemary, and Tinsley goes, like, twice a year. She's obsessed with
Yeah.
Rosemary. So, we went to all her favorite spots and kinda just, like, reminisced, but I couldn't go until Friday night because of work and the baby, so
Mhm.
I still had a great time, but what I did wanna say is that I am so awkwardly or just, like, cringingly millennial when it comes to like, compared to the people that are at the beach.
Okay.
So like, whenever you go out to a nice dinner, like, I'm thinking dress and heels. I wore, like, a short dress. It was I dress kinda slutty.
Oh, yeah.
So, it was just like a sundress-ish, but it could've been worn to a club for sure
Yeah.
if I wanted to.
Okay.
If I really wanted to. And heels, like platform Jeffrey Campbell heels, they're so cute, and we got to dinner, and every girl that I saw was in a maxi dress with, like, vejas, or are they called vejas or
Uh-huh.
vejas? Vejas, I
Yeah.
thought. Okay. Or, a maxi dress with, like, flats or, like, a golden goose. But, like, flowy maxi,
Okay.
minimal jewelry, like, I was like, "Okay, missed the memo on that." So then we're like, "We're gonna go out to the bar," and there's just really one bar in
Yeah.
Rosemary that's open past, like, 10 p.m.
Right.
So we go to that, and I changed outfits. I was like, this I've been here before. It's not a club vibe. It's kinda more casual." So I put on the outfit that you let me borrow, the
Okay.
green. So for those of you at home, it's a green plissé tube top and like flowy pants
Mhm.
combo.
Really cute.
So fucking cute. I get to the bar. I'm now in my dressed down version of my outfit, and everyone is in beat up jeans, like baggiest jeans you can imagine, a
Okay.
ponytail, and tennis shoes, and like basically bras. And here I
Oh.
am in like a silk two-piece set. Like, hoops on, heels on.
Not the
I'm
hoops.
like, "Oh my fucking god," like, I literally can't win for losing, like, what is going on? And these girls had and, I had on, like, my, like, lashes, I had on an eyeliner. No, no, no. It was barefaced
Mhm.
or, like, bronze and blush only. I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god, I've got to, like, get with the times." So I went to Target and bought this t-shirt.
Right. That's the obvious answer. I feel like, generally speaking, any of the 30A, like, the girls give Little House on the Prairie a little bit more
In other
than
places?
yes, than other places. The baggy jeans and the crop tops now, don't get me wrong, like, on a girl who's skinny and isn't ashamed of her upper arms, I'm obsessed. Me? No.
No, don't.
That's no. I'm really, really, really with the wearing tennis shoes as dress up shoes things because, like, I'm nothing if not a comfort girl.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
great, but, I can only imagine you probably felt like you were sticking out like a sore
Oh,
thumb.
yeah. Oh, yeah. We were all just kinda like, "Do we belong here?" Because my friends were the only black people in the establishment. Like, we walk in, they all got in for free. Not me, because 'cause I'm white. But they literally it was so funny. I went first, and then Tinsley was behind me, she was the bride.
Uh-huh.
But every person behind us, they, like, had an excuse of, like, why they should get in for free, and it was so funny because at the end, they were like, "Y'all, we know why we're here for free." And the bartender, like not the bartender, the bouncer went up to one of the girls, and she was like or he said, "Let me know if you have any problems in there." And she was like, "Uh, I don't think I wanna go here anymore."
No, literally.
Should I expect problems? But everyone was so lovely. It was a great
Yeah.
time. We had the best there was a band in the front, like, kinda like a booming room in the back. We had a great time that
Yeah.
night. The next day, we went to the beach. I slept for 2 hours under my towel, like, no sun exposure, like, I was so dead.
Oh, I bet.
I have not gone that was my first time going actually out postpartum, I think. I think
Okay.
it had to be. We did something for my birthday, but we were in bed by 10,
But
so
you know what is so funny is roughly this time last year, a little bit earlier in the year last year, you went on a bachelorette trip to the
to
beach,
38 with Madeline and with Tinsley, the girl who this one's
and
for.
yeah, you weren't well.
No, I wasn't good.
Yeah. So just
It's just me and AJ's, the bar at 38. We get along too good.
that's great. So when does she get married?
October.
Oh,
Best
she's
month.
yeah, the best
Month to
month.
get
Yes,
married.
absolutely. What day?
16th.
Wait, that's your anniversary.
19th.
Okay. I was
Yeah.
like,
I knew it was one
"Wow."
of those 2 days.
I was like, "Wow, imagine going to a wedding on your anniversary." But speaking of going to weddings on special dates, I will be attending a wedding on my 30th birthday,
A tragedy.
and I could wax poetic. The people whose wedding I'm going to are literally never going to listen to this, so I'm so mad about it, and I
Yeah.
have been for a year.
Yeah, because 'cause you've known about this for a long time, and
Yes.
you still haven't weaseled your way out of it?
No, and me and Hoyt got into a passionate discussion this week about me not going to the rehearsal dinner,
Right.
and I've managed to get out of that.
Okay.
But the wedding, I mean, it's like Hoyt's in the wedding. It's like our good fr it's his good
Yeah.
friend. Like, I can't just not go, you know?
Yeah. I get it, like, you don't wanna miss it.
Mhm.
You wanna be there for Hoyt, he's gonna be in the wedding, like, I
Yeah.
totally understand having to go, but
Mhm.
it is such a tragedy because we were always planning this big birthday for your 30th, which you
Mhm.
did get to go to Palm Springs.
I did, and I know that, like, Hoyt will still put something nice together for me,
Surely.
but for literally ever since because my 30th birthday is on a Saturday, and my whole life not my whole life, but, like, ever since I realized that, so maybe a year ago, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm going to have a birthday
The
party."
biggest damn blowout, like,
Yes.
30th birthday.
Yes, I'm gonna have if you don't know me well, I love Halloween, it's my favorite holiday. I'm going to have a Halloween-themed birthday party. I didn't know if I almost thought like a murder mystery, like something
Yeah.
really fun. Like I wanted everybody to dress up. I wanted to be like deck out the house in Halloween decor and have this big like Katie's spooky 30th or I don't know, something lame like
Something.
that.
Oh, you could do the tried and true, like, death to my
That's what we
20s?
did in Palm Springs.
Okay.
So, I wouldn't recreate that, but yeah, like something along those vibes. Mm-mm, not gonna happen. I mean, I guess it still could happen, but it's not gonna happen on my
On your
birthday.
birthday,
So,
right.
yeah, I Ashlyn is probably like, "Shut the fuck up," because I have not stopped talking about it.
No, I totally understand because I just know that you're a a birthday and holiday in general person.
Yeah.
Like, Katie sent me a card for my first Mother's Day, and it was one of 2 cards I got, neither of which were from my husband or my mother. You know what I mean? Like, it means so much to you, and it's the sweetest thing ever. I can't relate at all, but
Yeah.
I know this about you, so it's not
Yeah.
surprising to me.
Yeah.
Like, I am open, I'm all ears because
Mhm.
if it means a lot to you, bitch, it means a lot to me.
I appreciate that. So, anyway, we will, do something
Okay,
for
so
it.
I want to do something Friday night, but, like, are we allowed?
Mhm.
So we're not going to the rehearsal dinner.
I'm not going
Hoyt
to
will
the re
go. He has to go. He
Yeah,
has to go
yeah.
rehearse.
Which does he I mean, here's the thing that I'll be
Here's the thing, imagine you were the bride and someone didn't go to your rehearsal dinner to actually rehearse the wedding. Like, imagine they didn't even show up to rehearse.
right, especially if it was one of the groomsmen. If it was one of the bridesmaids, no problem because girls are smart. If one of the groomsmen didn't show up, I would be on my fiancé. I would be like, "You and him are getting here on Saturday
Yep.
morning, and the 2 of you are gonna walk through the rehearsal because I'll be damned if he had to go to his wife's birthday party and he couldn't come to the rehearsal dinner."
I'm glad you
So
have perspective on this.
right. Um, but the thing that I'll be holding over his head for the rest of my life is that he missed your entire wedding to go on a bachelor trip.
He did do that.
So,
That's
I
good
don't I
leverage,
don't feel
actually.
bad missing a rehearsal dinner that's the day before my 30th birthday. I'm sorry, like
Yeah, no, I totally don't think it's necessary for you to go, especially because in this instance, it's his friend getting married. He has all of his friends there.
mhm,
What are you gonna add? Like, he's not gonna be alone or
right,
lonely. He knows everyone in this freaking wedding.
right. So, yeah, sound off in the comments, like, is
Would
it
you
right?
go?
Yeah. Would you go
Because
if
I
it
know
was
I wouldn't.
yeah, if it was your 30th birthday, the day of the wedding, would you go to the rehearsal dinner when you could, like, go to dinner with your girlfriends? Like
Yeah, which is all it can be now because Hoyt can't come, but that's okay.
exactly. So, anyway, we'll make it great.
It's not like he's gonna be missing out on some big shebang, which is makes it
Totally.
better for him too.
The party of people who will be in attendance, he's not gonna wanna be there. I'm sorry,
No, he
he's just
wouldn't.
not. Like, it's just gonna be girly things,
He
so
really wouldn't gonna
he's
wanna
not
go.
missing out on literally anything. So
Speaking of girly things,
okay.
we have discussed a little bit, but not at length, Taylor Swift new, like, whole entire set
Mhm.
for TTPD.
I have so much seriously, I could talk about this for 2 hours. I have so much to say. I texted you pretty much, probably the day after and said, "When she announces more US dates for 2025, we're going. I don't care what city it's in. I don't care if you have another important life event. We're going again because I will see the TTPD set in person, like, mark my words.
I, like, am going to set aside a fund. Like, whenever I
Mhm.
start getting my new salary, which is so much more than my current salary, yeah, fucking right, it's like 10,000 more dollars to live in a place that costs double that to live
Right.
in. Anyway, I will be setting aside a small hedge fund or whatever it's
Mhm.
called to buy my ticket to this.
Mhm.
Because last time we had Caitlin Clark and she waited in that line on Ticketmaster and she got us 6 seats together and they
Yeah.
were 315 each.
And we had such good
Yeah, we were
seats
the first
too.
level.
Yeah, such good seats, and I keep telling myself because I've contemplated, like, going again, like, just sucking it up and buying more tickets. I keep telling myself that so we went to Nashville, we paid for the Airbnb,
Yeah.
like, gas to get there, food for the weekend, the concert tickets, outfit, I remember saying then, and everyone agreed, I would pay double what I paid that time.
For that
Yeah, for
experience.
that same experience.
Yeah.
I would probably pay triple, and it wouldn't even add up to the sum of buying 1 ticket off StubHub or whatever it
Oh my
is
god, because
now.
they're $1,000,000.
Yes. So, we will be going again. I'm just, like, holding out faith that she's going to extend it into 2025.
I think that she like, what else does she have going on? Like, it seems like she can just write a new album during the middle of it and then also add it to the tour. Like, it seems like it's no problem for her.
Right. And they talked about this on the toast, but the kind of pattern is, like, record, album release, tour, and
Yeah.
then, like, artists just kinda, like, follow that, not Taylor, and so now that she's proven that she doesn't need to follow that sequence of events, but it's just like, I think the joke is, will this continue forever? Like, will the Eras Tour ever end, or is it just
Why would she end it? I would go every time.
that's
Every new album, I would buy a new ticket.
Wait, so I told Hoy I texted him whatever day it was, I think it was Thursday, he was at work because she was in Paris, so it was, like, earlier in the day. I
Okay.
texted him and I said, "She added TTPD to the set," and he texted back and said, "God, will she ever just shut the fuck up?"
It's such a good question. It's such a good question because the way some of the songs on this album are so wordy
Mhm.
that I too wish she would shut up. Shut up
Right.
and make a bop.
Yeah, so let's talk about the album because it came out the day that I was flying to Cancun.
Uh-huh.
I had the full listening experience, but I have not talked to you about your experience listening. So, like, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so my actual experience with it happening is that my friend Caitlin Pacenza somehow has ended up on like the Taylor Swift dark web and gets sent everything.
Yes.
So she sent me the first however many tracks
Mhm.
the day before, but I was on a very, very intense hospital rotation and I had to go to bed at like 7:30, 8 p.m.
Mhm.
So all I could listen to were like the first maybe seven,
Mhm.
and I wasn't really into it. I liked Florida. I liked Fresh Out the Slammer.
Mhm.
And I liked Fortnite, and that's pretty much the only ones. Maybe Guilty as Sin. Those are the only
Okay.
ones that I'd heard that I liked, but the other ones I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna love these."
Yeah.
And then I wake up and she has released double that amount.
Right.
So, I think it took me a good week to, like, listen to everything, actually listen to the words.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. And especially because her songs, like, they're so the levels to the songs are so deep. It takes a long time to process what she's trying to say.
I totally agree. That's why I don't like when people throw out their favorite 5 or 10 the first day.
People rank the songs within 10 hours of it being out. I'm like, "You."
Get a life if that's what you've been
Yeah.
doing because how would you even had time to process? So I don't really have like a top whatever, but I think the album as a whole could be better.
Okay. I
Yeah,
think that's a hot take.
really. A
I
lot of people are saying this is her best album, and that's fine. I think some of the songs are really good, but I don't
Mhm.
think I liked it. I like it as like a piece of art.
Okay, like, collectively.
Collectively, I don't. I think it's missing some stuff.
Okay. It definitely has a way different vibe than I don't wanna say a lot of the other albums because I feel like she has, like, a pretty wide breadth. She goes, from 1989 to, like, Folklore,
Yeah,
Evermore.
but my I think my issue is a lot of the songs, even when I'm singing them, I don't remember which song I'm singing because a lot of them are so similar. So I'm like,
Yeah.
did we need 31? Could we have done 15 and trimmed the fat?
Yeah.
I don't know which 15 that would be because there are a lot of really good ones, but I felt this way about Folklore and Evermore that they were all similar, and then now I don't feel that way. So I'm wondering if
Totally.
maybe over time
I
I will
think that
slowly think.
I think so, and especially because the thing about her songs, you can listen to it the first time, and you're like, I don't know, 13 months later, you
It
can't
just
stop
slaps.
yeah, you can't stop playing
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
and I think that it's good we're recording this now because when I first listened to it, I was and gonna get a little, scientific, but I was, like, in my follicular ovulatory phase, so I was loving, like, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, But Daddy
Yeah.
I Love Him, like, the more
Ooh, I
upbeat.
love a daddy. I love him.
Same. And this week, I'm luteal, like, my period is due literally tomorrow, and I'm like, "I want Robin," like, which you probably have not really even listened
Skipped
to.
it today.
Okay. I saw a TikTok that was that it's about Travis, like, about him, like, growing up and, like, achieving all these things and how she's, like, here to support him through stuff.
Okay.
I don't know if that's, like, the meaning, but now in my mind, I like to pretend
Okay.
that
Okay.
that is, like, the meaning of it, and so it's just, like, really special, but I think that that's what's great about her album is that she's got something for every phase
I
of your
agree.
cycle.
However, of your cycle, what I do think is she needs to really start thinking about the time of year that she releases stuff. If this
Yeah.
came out, daylight savings,
Mhm.
it would slap because I would want to cry every day, and that I feel like I could do that
Yeah.
to most of the songs.
That is such a good point. This is not your
And then
summer.
she releases Midnights in November.
Right.
So you could have flip-flopped those. I mean, obviously, if they weren't written, they weren't written, but
Right.
to be honest, she needs to, like, really start thinking through that.
That's actually, like, a really good point because this album is more moody, and I think because you've got, like, the black and white, it makes it feel that way a
Yeah.
little bit more so, but such a good
But the
point.
songs are really sad
Yeah.
as a whole. Like, there are some that are a little bit less, but overall, like, I feel like a lot of them are just kinda, like, similar vibes, kinda, like, sad, slow.
Yeah.
Even if they don't have a sad, theme,
Mhm.
to the actual words, how would I know that? 'Cause it's so slow.
Yeah.
But maybe it is a hot take. I don't know. I think it could be better.
Okay. I think that's totally fair, and I think that the songs just grow on you, like,
Yeah.
you know.
They will in the winter.
Totally. Yeah, 100%. Like, in the darker
Yeah.
months, we'll find ourselves turning to it. I've been listening pretty much religiously anytime I have a chance to, and I think everyone is probably this way where you get fixated on a few songs that you
Yeah.
only wanna hear, like, just those, and I'm trying really hard to branch out because I like it when one creeps in and I'm like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
I really like this obscure song
Yeah, I
that."
just keep it on shuffle and whenever it,
Mhm,
like, comes on, but if something's like today, I was in the car and Robin and Peter came
mhm.
on, I was like, "Skip, skip," but I do like Peter, so, like, if I'm
Yeah.
in the mood, I'm in the mood, but
Yes.
I think it's not surprising to me that I don't like this album after listening to it. Not don't like it, but, like, aren't I'm not obsessed because
Yeah.
my favorite album is Midnights, and one of my other favorites is Lover. Like, I'm just not.
Yeah, that's just not your
Yeah.
vibe.
However, I will say it is a fucking travesty that she has combined Folklore and Evermore as an era.
Completely agree. Though we've talked about tolerate it. Cut. She cut it.
She cut it, and it was, like, one of my favorite moments of the whole entire experience.
When I
And is
re
but she's still doing Willow, right? Like, that's actually the
Yeah,
best
no, that's literally the best
part.
performance,
Yeah.
like, in the entire tour. Um, I don't think it well, because, like, Evermore doesn't have its own set now. It's not, like, first, so it doesn't, like, captivate
Oh
in the
my
same way.
god.
But tolerate it. When I just think back to the performance, this is the vision that I have in my mind. I'm thinking about tolerate it, and I'm like in my just like angsty, I'm just like a mad wife, okay? And I'm at the concert and you're standing directly to my right, and she says, "Put this dagger in me and remove it." And I just see you holding the imaginary dagger and pulling it out because We've said this before, but
Like, we're
a
doing the performance.
we put on an award-winning show in the stands for Tolerate It.
Yep.
So the fact that that got removed, like, it's like a personal
I think
attack.
so too, because that's one of my fondest memories because
Yeah.
we had, a parent-daughter quadruplet
Mhm.
session going on in front of us, and the way they were sat for Tolerate It, so we had the most clear, unobscured view.
Yeah.
We were delivering the vocals.
Right, like, no one was watching Taylor because they were watching us.
Exactly. So I don't know what we're supposed to do now whenever we go back. I guess we'll have to pick out a different one,
Mm, mm,
but I'm upset. I guess
yes,
it'll have to be one of the TTPD ones. She
100%.
actually is kind of scary in the performance, like in the best way.
No, the first fucking time that I saw Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, and she says, "So I leave from the gallows," and that platform starts moving, and she whips her head around and says, "Who's afraid?" Chills.
Chills. It was so good.
So fucking good. Down bad, she has a spaceship. I'm not gonna lie, the, aesthetic of the TTPD set honestly might be the best in my opinion as far as, like, props
Yeah,
and, like, the just performance and the theatrics of it all, and I'm probably saying that because it's new, like, I've seen everything else, so
maybe so, yeah.
this is novel, but
So
so
good.
good.
She did her team sent a, trademark for Female Rage the Musical, like the words. I
Mhm.
don't love that.
It's a little chuggy.
Yeah. She
I
does
don't
some
love
corny
it.
shit, so the shoes, corny.
Uh-huh, yeah,
Someone
yeah.
tweeted and said, "Even Christian Louboutin makes mistakes."
Oh, so true. Such a good point. But
Uh,
another thing about the, like, Paris show, which literally just, like,
broke the internet.
yeah, took the world by storm, the outfits are so fucking good. That orange lover suit,
Yeah.
so good. I'm obsessed with the new 1989
Oh,
mismatched.
no, I don't know.
You don't like
Mm-mm. The
it?
shoes? Why are they mismatched?
Agree with that. I can deal with the top and the bottom.
The shoes, I hate it.
I don't like the shoes. That's an excellent point, but the one that remains is reputation. So, I'm so curious because you're on TikTok. Do you have an opinion or thoughts about when we're gonna get Reputation TV?
No, because every time you get on there, they're saying, it's next," and they've been saying that
Mhm,
since, like, Midnight's came out.
mhm.
So, I don't know, like, everyone thinks that she'll do that one, and then Taylor Swift.
Yes. A lot of people say she's not even gonna do Taylor Swift, which
She won't do Why would she not do debut? I feel like it's maybe because it's not as popular, but
I don't know the reasoning, but the way that the Swifties and, like, I enjoy watching and hearing what people are talking about 'cause I wanna be in the know, but I can't get into it, but, like, the way the Swifties will come up with literally any reason
to make something up.
as to why Reputation TV is coming out on May 13th. Like,
Yeah.
like, they will literally do anything, and I'm sorry, but if you don't have a PR mindset, you might not understand this, but you don't release a re-release album within at least 4 months of your actual new album coming out because you need to spread it out, like, you need to spread out the fanfare of it
Yeah.
all. People are still gonna be talking about TTPD in 4 months,
I think so
so
too. How long was it from Midnights to Fearless or
now
Speak Now? Which one came in the most recent?
okay, so Midnight's was November. I wanna say Speak Now was, like,
It was after we went in May.
July because I think I remember it was
'Cause she
something
was we
about
had a
July
good
it was I know that I said, like, that July 9th, and I remember listening to the new song. So I think maybe it was, like, early or maybe she posted, like, just in time for July 9th.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Maybe it was, like, July 7th or something
yeah.
like that. I don't remember. Anyway, but, like,
So, a long time.
yeah, you have to give it time. Like, she's not and one thing about Taylor Swift is, like, she's a businesswoman first. She knows what she's doing, so
I agree. I'm really not, like, beat up about it. Like, she's already performing the songs. I get to see them. I'm not,
Exactly.
like, dying. Why
No.
the fuck did she not cut 22? Nobody wants to hear that shit or shake it off.
Sorry. I almost can't listen to 22,
It's awful.
especially because we grew up in the age of being in college in the, like, really millennial times of Instagram captions and hashtags and everything, so everyone turned 22
Right.
when the song was relatively popular, and everybody's birthday caption is, "She's feeling 22," and literally, I have, like, a visceral response.
It's just not good. Like, it's
No.
really not, but she's not really it doesn't seem like she's in tune with what we want from her. Like, she
Mhm.
released Me as the single for Lover or, The Archer and Me, and then she cut The Archer, like, I
Mhm.
don't get me started, but
Mhm.
I'm excited. I really wanna go again.
Yeah.
The vocals are so good.
Yeah.
The whole stage setup is I'm just we have to see
Amazing.
it.
People were saying, like, "Does anybody else feel like her vocals are, like, even better?" Like, "Yeah, 'cause she hasn't been performing for the last 2 months."
Yeah,
Like,
she has a sip of water.
bruh, she, like, had
Like
got a chance to rest. So, yeah. Um, was there anything else on TTPD? I could seriously go
No, I think
on.
that's okay. I think we've done it
Okay,
justice.
okay, so the last thing that you had on our list was Vanderpump Rules.
Oh my god. Okay, this is Katie doesn't watch Vanderpump Rules,
No,
so
but I do listen to the Toast, and so I feel like I'm kind of up to date on what's happening.
so well, last night the reunion came out. The
Okay.
first episode of the reunion, and it is actually insane. Like everything that's happening, I know you're aware of Scandival and
Mhm.
everything, but this reunion is gonna be nuts. Like the next episode, I cannot wait. I'm like literally chomping at the bit for it to come out. Does it come
When
out?
does it come
I
out?
don't know if it's tonight or like through sometime during the week.
Okay,
Cause usually they air once a week, but if it's both a reunion, it might be next week. I don't know.
okay.
But wow, it is so crazy because everyone's deciding that for the sake of their jobs and for the sake of filming, they're gonna just like let bygones be bygones with Sandoval. But they're like actually real life friends outside of just the show, which for a lot of reality TV is not true.
Yeah,
But for them, they all grew up together
right.
in LA. So whatever. So now like they're just kind of being like, sorry, Ariana, we're like friends with your ex that actually fucked you over. Your ex of 10 years that like literally ruined your life, but he just
Mhm.
made a bad choice. And she's having to just like pretend that doesn't fucking suck.
Is that not like a complete 180? Because wasn't the last reunion literally them, like, ripping.
Because the last reunion came out right after the news came out. It was
Yeah, yeah,
not
yeah.
known during filming. So it
Yeah,
was like filming wrapped, they found out about it. They started filming again, like everyone's reactions, and then they did the reunion.
yeah.
So it was like a whirlwind. So that was almost a year ago.
Okay.
And now they're finally they're forced to hang out with him for the sake of shooting.
Mhm.
But if it was me, I would ignore him so that he loses his job.
Okay, so this is what I'm confused about because on the Toast, they keep saying, like, is it Lala that is saying that Ariana, like, for the sake of the show, needs to be able to, like, be in the room with him, needs to at least, like, not forgive him, but,
Yeah.
like, be able to work past it for her own good, like, move past it so that she can move on. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, Jackie on the Toast always says, like, I think she kind of agrees in the sense that, like.
This is a business. Like they all need their jobs. But like so basically what everyone thought was going to happen, the opposite is happening because they were like, okay, well, if we ice Sandoval out enough, he won't be able to film with us. If
Mhm,
everyone ices him out, he loses his interest on the show. No one, no one wants to see him by himself.
mhm,
He won't be featured anymore.
okay.
Now, everyone is slowly not only filming with him, but like forgiving him for the sake of the show, like actually like hanging out with him outside of the
Outside of
actual
filming.
filming. And now whenever Ariana shows up to places, it's sort of like, "Okay, well, we have to go sit over here with Ariana, and then if we need to talk to Sandoval, we'll have to go over there." It's like a back and forth thing, but it's almost like she's the one getting isolated, when in
Right.
reality, if these are my real friends, they should
No.
do everything they can to kick
No.
this guy out of the group.
I'm sorry, and especially and again, like, this is coming I don't really know, like, what's happening,
Yeah.
I only know just, like, secondhand. If that's my real true friends, and my ex, the person who I was practically married to, living with, had a whole life with, they dated for forever,
10
right?
years.
I'm sorry. Especially at their age, he knew better at the
He's 40
time.
something.
Like, you know better unless he has just been, like, on his knees groveling, "I'm so sorry," like, it was the dumbest
He
mistake.
hasn't apologized. He's
Mhm,
never said he's sorry. He's never they live in the same house. He's never, like, written her a letter, released a statement about being sorry. It's more just, like, covering his ass,
mhm.
and all of a sudden, he decides that he's going to try to apologize to her and approach her on camera. So she turns away from that, storms out because that's as
Yeah,
close as they've gotten since all this has happened.
yeah.
She storms out, and Lala's like, I'm sorry, I have to break the fourth wall, but, like, she has got to do this for filming." No, she doesn't.
No.
And then there's this whole saga about Lala talking about, "Well, when I first started filming, I wouldn't share any of my relationship because the guy was married." This is
Mhm.
the guy who has now fucked her over, cheated on her. They're
Okay.
in a custody battle,
Randall.
Randall. And she's like, "Well, I went through that, so I just know it's best for her to be authentic on camera." I'm like, "She is being authentic on camera. She doesn't wanna be around this fucking dickwad. She's leaving because she feels uncomfortable. She's setting a boundary."
Especially if he waited until that moment to apologize, like, be for real like, what happened is your real life. He really did that
A
to
year
her.
ago and has not tried anything to make amends, and now all of a sudden, she said in the show, and this is exactly what it is, she said, "I am the final boss in the video game of his redemption arc, and he can't master me, and it's making him upset." So he wants everyone to be at least cordial, and she's like, "No, I'm never gonna be cordial with you because I don't know you
No.
well enough." Obviously, I don't know you well enough to know.
Right. No, I'm sorry, like and I don't know, like, are they really friends? Like, all her and all of the girls, are they, like, real life
Yeah.
truly friends? No, I'm sorry, like, in the real world, my best friends would literally never, like,
No.
they would be cordial, "Hey, how are you doing?" But they're not going and hanging out with him on the
For the sake
side.
of a fucking filming setup, like, no chance.
What world does he deserve to, like, maintain his livelihood being on this
I don't
show?
know,
And, like,
he should be gone.
I'm sorry, but, like, he's a terrible person. I don't care. I there you can forgive people for some things and I'm actually of the mindset, like, even if you're married and someone cheats, I actually am a believer that if the person is genuinely sorry, you can, like, work
I
through
agree with
that
that.
and
If it's
but
somebody that I don't know or somebody that's,
right,
like, not
right,
involved in my life.
right. But in this instance, like, he's not to be forgiven. He's not
No.
someone who,
And the
like
thing is, Raquel is off the show. The
right,
only thing I wanna see is if Tom and Raquel were actually together. The most insane part is that Tom and Raquel were not a real enough relationship to outlast everything that has happened.
right,
So, it's very obviously was the wrong choice.
right.
If it's not Sandoval and Raquel, I don't give a fuck about what Sandoval is doing.
No,
So,
it's
what
almost
does he
like
serve? Purpose does he serve?
exactly. It's almost like if someone cheats and they end up staying with that person for a really long time and they have kids and they have the whole, like, happy ending, it's almost you can almost justify it and say, like,
Yeah.
"Okay, in the end, like, they got their happy ending and this is the person that they were meant to be with," but, like, this was not the case.
No, no, no. This was just for fun.
He just blew up his life and her life
Yeah.
because he's an idiot and because
Yeah.
he's a terrible person, and I'm sorry, like, again, I don't watch the show. I don't really know anything about him, but I do know that he doesn't seem like he's really, like, doing anything.
No, 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 no. It's always, "I'm sorry, but this," or "I
Mhm.
did this, but she did" like, no, there's really no excuse ever.
No.
So, the whole thing was so crazy. The reunion is gonna be crazy because now Ariana is watching back. So before the reunion, they had not seen the final episode when all that went down.
Okay.
Andy is diabolical, made them all watch it together
Okay.
before the reunion, and so she's finally gonna see everyone talk like, saying those things about her because
Okay.
it wasn't, like, just Lala.
Okay.
It was, like, sort of a collective mindset that she should let it
Okay, so
go.
shit is going to absolutely hit the fan.
Yeah, yeah.
Should I tune in? Like,
Yeah, you should. But what I
okay.
wish you would do is go back and watch season 1 because the way I would give anything to wipe my brain and rewatch season 1, Stassi and Jax,
Okay.
life changing.
Okay. Um, I know them as individuals. I know Stassi, and she's married to a man named
Bo Clark.
Bo, and Jax is married to a woman named
Brittany
Brittany.
Cartwright, that they just got divorced.
Okay,
They filed for divorce.
separated. Okay, okay. So I know of them separately, and I know that they, like, had a relationship, and I believe they, like, somewhat had a did they have, like, some kind of friendship afterward, and then it
Stassi and Jax.
yeah,
Yes, they did. And
okay.
then he didn't come to her wedding, so they were
And
like, "No."
and it, like, blew up
Right.
again, and they both Jax came on the toast, told his side of the story, and was like, "Yeah, like, we're really upset about it," and then Stassi came on, like, I don't know, like, I think this was on Jackie's maternity leave, and so, like, within a month's time, Stassi came on and told her side of the story, and she was like, "No, like, they're not to be forgiven." She told her side of the story,
Mhm.
and so, like, the plot thickens,
Yes.
and
Yeah. So now they're on a reality show called The Valley, also on Bravo, Peacock, whatever.
mhm,
And so I'm assuming that the separation will unfold on that show because that's
okay.
also with Kristen Doty, who
Yeah,
was like Saucy's best friend on season 1. They both
mhm,
got kicked off.
okay,
So, anyways, crazy shit.
okay,
So I think you should start from the beginning. Boyd's
okay.
gone this week. What else are you doing?
Bridgerton comes out tomorrow?
Yeah, but
The
only the first half.
Okay, why the fuck? If you wanna release it in segments, fine, do it a week apart. 1 month apart? That is
It is.
diabolical.
It's so rude. Like, what do you think they're people like me are gonna wait till they all come out and binge.
100%.
So when your numbers aren't numbering, blame yourself.
And I'm gonna be pissed on the toast when they've watched the first 4 episodes and they start talking about what happened in the first 4 episodes, and I have to literally sit there
Oh,
and
maybe
fast
maybe
forward
if you're
through
watching the
it.
toast every day, it might be worth.
Yeah.
So how many episodes are coming out together?
There's 8 total. The first 4 come
Okay.
out tomorrow, which is the 16th. Today's the 15th.
So 4 is really not that many to
No,
watch.
there's only 8 in the season total, but then we have to wait till June.
Yeah, that's kinda ridiculous to be honest. Like, whenever it happened with The Summer I Turned Pretty, I just waited until they were all like, I couldn't
Mhm.
do it.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's so annoying. But that
Yeah.
one was, like, episode by episode, and I was like,
Like that I
"That
think it was like a
sucks."
weekly,
Weekly
like
episodes.
yeah. So, anyway, absolutely hate it. Do you wanna talk about books, or should we cut it here, talk about books on the book episode?
We can talk about a book episode if you want.
Okay.
I'm happy to move on if you would like.
Yeah, I think this episode ended up being pretty long, but we had shit to talk about,
Yeah, like, it
so
was important.
yeah.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you want to listen to the book episode, on the book of Fate, Inked in Blood, it will be coming up next, and thank you so much for tuning in. We will see y'all on the next one. Bye.
Bye.